And a welcome into the start of season 2 of the Florida Only Challenge. I went ahead and went through the preseason as there wasn't much to really do besides get the roster down to the 53 man and just know if there was a competition between an older guy versus a younger guy, we kept the younger guy. So that way they can improve more throughout the course of the series. Hopefully, it doesn't go too long, but there is the rule with this series. We have until the end of season 5 to win a Super Bowl. If we can't win a Super Bowl by then, we fail this challenge. We haven't failed one yet. California and Ohio were successful in season 4 and then season 3. So hopefully we can find a good way to make the offense work a little bit better for us. We did finish off last season 5-11-1. I think that's the correct number. Yeah, 17 games. Yeah. So 5-11-1, which was the best year one we've had so far. We're into year 2, and the defense is kind of the same overall. The offense has gone down. And being the fact that we are in the week 1, we can now see what our draft class looks like. So in total, we have available to us 37 players. However, this is a very one-sided class. And you could start off by seeing quarterback, not a single option, not even a potential undrafted. So Jameis Winston will be our quarterback for at least 3 years. At running back, there is a potential round 2 to 3. At wide receiver, we have 2 potential draftable guys, round 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. And on the offensive line, most are day 3 or potential undrafted. There is one potential starter, Robert Bush out of Florida State. Hopefully he's good. But most of the good players or potential good players are going to be on defense. This is actually a very defensive heavy class for at least our Florida only guys. At left end, projected round 1. At right end, we have a round 3 to 4 and a day 3. DTs, we have round 1 to 2 projection and 3 to 4, and then some potential undrafted. At left outside linebacker, potential round 1 to 2, as well as 3 and 4. In the cornerback group, potential round 2 to 3 and another 3 to 4, some other potential undrafteds. And day 3 safety, there's a kicker, and there's a punter. We currently don't have an actual Florida punter on roster. The CPU went ahead and signed us. We won't actually use him. We'll use our Florida kicker, and basically we'll have to draft Luke Tracy or sign him after the draft at least. So that way we make sure we have a Florida punter. So as we can tell, the defense with this next class looks really good. There's several earlier round guys we can go after, but our defense is already our better side, and it's our offense that's holding us back. And while I love building strong defenses, we need to have something that works on offense. So we're going to look at the trade block, and I already know of one guy that's on the board that we definitely should go after, and that is Cam Akers, 24 years old and 80 overall, played at Florida State, 5'10", 217. We look at the ratings. He has speed, acceleration. He can break the tackle, good carrying, has a bit of a blend of some power as well as agility, has a little bit of hands, and stamina is good. Injury, maybe a slight concern, but I think our current best running back is maybe a 73 overall. So if we're to get anything going on offense and give Jameis Winston a little bit of help, I think going after someone like Cam Akers would be huge. And Akers is in. It took a current 3rd round and a future 6th round. I think that is fair. And in a corresponding move to make room for him on roster, we will be releasing Marquise Bell, a backup strong safety or free safety, just a backup safety. So he will go straight in and start at running back again. Highest overall is actually D'Ernest Johnson, 75. I thought he was a 73. That might have just been what he was last year. Marlon Mack is 72, is pretty much on the roster bubble. Didn't really see him too much last year. And Homer is our 4th string running back. To start the season, Van Jefferson is injured again, got injured in preseason, will only miss 2 weeks, but he's been very spotty on if he could really stay in. He's been injured quite often, and we need as much help as we can get for Jameis Winston. Traquan Smith did play pretty well last year for us, and Trey Nixon was actually pretty surprising when he was out there. We also have Callaway and Hottailing. I don't know how to pronounce it, but undrafted rookie. So we have a couple other younger guys out there that try to help get in the mix. We also, in the offseason, signed Rashad Perriman. We're going to try him out at tight end. I don't know if he'll be the number 1 or number 2 guy. We'll kind of play that by ear. The offensive line is getting better slowly. We did draft Carr to be our starting center, and hopefully he could get the job done. We are a little weak at right guard, but hopefully the changes that we were able to make will help us out. And on defense, again, not a whole lot different here. Grenard played very well for us in the last half of the season last year after he came back from injury. Hendrickson played pretty well. He's probably going to slide down and play some interior pass rush for us, as Jalen Phillips will drop down to the line when we go to nickel. As for the linebackers, Perriman will maintain a starting role in terms of run stop downage, and then whenever we need another cover guy to come in, that will be Felder next to Anzalone. So kind of with the difference there in the middle. Stump will get the start at free safety. He was a later first-round pick for us, with our earlier first-round pick being Lonnie Perriman, who will be getting this start at the outside corner spot. Xavier Rhodes will be sliding down to slot only this year. Only trade we're making is Cam Akers. As we move along, either through the rest of this video or the next one, we'll see if we need to make any more trades. But let's get into some action.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can never doubt, not what I'm about, have your f***ing cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Right, year 2 Jameis. Let's see what we could get going here. Obviously, we have the new running back, Cam Akers. A couple other new guys out there, and will be a run first down. That's what I want to see consistently. Gain of 7, very nice. And then immediately go out into the empty. No, we need to run the ball. We will see a bit of a mix of all 3 of our tight ends, depending on formation. Be a pass to the bottom of the screen and a great catch. Number 10, Traquan Smith. The last catch we saw ended last season with, I believe it was Irving, our backup left tackle, catching a pass on a fake field goal for a touchdown. So that was fun. What's not fun there, getting sacked for a loss of 4 by Shaq Barrett. On 2nd and 4, I'm fine with even running the ball here. We want to make sure we run the ball as much as possible. Quick pass caught, Herndon. We'll get about a gain of 6, actually. So we'll get back the lost yardage plus a little bit. Pretty much whenever there is a tight end in a typical tight end spot, like on the line or just off the line, we will see Herndon. If there's 2 tight ends, it'll most likely be Herndon and the rookie, I want to say Malik is maybe his name? 4th and inches. Let's try to jump in here and go for it. And then with the goal line formation, where typically you would have 3 tight ends, I had actually changed it so it would be only 2 of our tight ends and another offensive lineman, although it looks like Perriman subbed out Herndon on this play, but we get the first. But yeah, so like a play like this, what you would see at the top of the formation with the 2 tight ends would be Herndon and then the rookie. I'm keeping Perriman out of any kind of blocking situation, strictly using him as a downfield receiving tight end, as Winston scrambles for a gain of 5. Can we go back to some more running, though? Will be, nope, play action. The game is playing with me here. Winston will run, though, and he will take the contact and fumble. Recovered by the Chargers at the 34 by Joseph Day. I really wish there was a way to choose in the scheme menu, like where you choose if you want to be a vertical run or anything, and there's a huge run by Walker III, 21 yards on first down. But I really wish that there was a way to kind of change the playbook calling a little bit to like a slider or something for heavy run or heavy pass, or kind of anything like that. A nice pass breakup. That is Lonnie Perriman, the rookie corner that we took with our first round pick. I want to say it was 4th overall, I believe. Quick pass across the middle, finds no one but the turf. And it's 2 incomplete passes for Davis Mills, the quarterback here for the Chargers. They come out with a shotgun set here. 3rd and 10, quick pass caught. And a tight end will get close, but about a yard short. And they'll come out with a field goal unit, kicking from about the 43. We'll call it a 53-yarder. That one looks like it might come up short. And indeed it does. So we won't lose out or give up any points off the turnover. So now Winston on the offense will come back out, and we just need to hand off the ball. That's all I want you to do. Stop passing, Winston. Throw the ball. Well, at least he'll throw this one away. And I did tell in the weekly strategy to run the ball. Just right down the middle. Inside run. But so far, I wouldn't say that has really been the calls so far. I already said so far. But either way, 2nd and 10. Pass to Herndon will be about a gain of 2. On 3rd and 8, we'll have 2 receivers spread to either side. I believe at the slot down, that might actually be Nixon. Nixon is getting the start in the slot. There's Akers, though, out of the backfield for the first down, gain of about 10 yards. But with the injury to Van Jefferson, who typically plays in the slot for us, you're going to see Nixon, a little bit of Callaway, maybe even the undrafted rookie in Hodling. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll look it up. Gain of 2 on that run. I'd like to see a little bit more there, but it'll at least get us a little something on first down. 2nd and 8 will be another pass. And Winston going to scramble and not going to get anywhere. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Joseph Day with the sack. And I really wanted to bring in Akers so that we could have someone else for the offense. A key guy. He's actually, I think, the highest overall skill player on our offense. And a first down catch. I believe that's Valdez Scantling to the 33. See, I would really like to run the offense through the run game. However, it doesn't necessarily seem like that's going to be the thing because we keep calling play action passes and a drop. Valdez Scantling, who just had the first down for us. Might need to look for maybe a different playbook. It could very well just be the playbook that calls more passes than rushes. We're going to go again underneath. Herndon will cut up, and we'll get Ford for about a gain of 8, bringing up 3rd and short. Really draining a lot of time off the clock. Already about 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Akers in the backfield. Hard count doesn't get anyone to jump, and it will be a handoff. The open running room, but nice job from number 46. Is that Tranquil? No, Spillane or Splane? I don't know. There's so many different ways to pronounce things. And we are out of time here in the first quarter, so it will end 0-0. At least we're pretty close to the red zone, if not in the red zone. And we're maybe about an inch or so from actually being in it. They say mark to the 20, so technically we could say red zone. Tight shotgun set. Winston underneath number 17. I want to say that is Callaway. And it's not going to tell me on the little graphic up top, so who knows? Maybe it's Callaway, maybe not. Quick pass again underneath will barely find its way to Akers. Almost jumped. But we'll get the 1st and goal at the 8. Winston, very lucky there. We'll continue with a 2 receiver stack to the bottom. Will be a handoff. Akers down the middle, has pretty good blocking. And he'll get close down to the 2. And out in the goal line formation. It seems like whenever we go into this, though, Herndon has not been out here. Will be a run down the middle, and we're getting a little bit closer down to the 1. 3rd and goal. I tried to jump in, but did not have enough time. Ace formation, 2 receivers to the top of the screen, and that could have, should have, might still be, but won't be a touchdown for Akers. Definitely going to go in and try to go for it here on 4th and 1. So on 4th and goal, we want a touchdown. With about a second left on the play clock, we will finally get the snap off. Had a receiver in the back of the end zone. But a poor throw. And a nice play as well made by the DB, maybe DB. You'd see he had 2 receivers crossing in the back. And that's where the ball was supposed to go. Valdez Scantling, the intended receiver, but picked off. We've seen that a lot this series, a lot of turnovers last year for Jameis Winston. He had one more interception than he had touchdowns. And a third down conversion from Walker will keep the drive alive here for the Chargers. He's definitely been their number one guy on offense, and they're running the ball like how I want to run the ball. Every single play so far this drive has been a run, and Hendrickson will get back there with a sack and a throwaway on third down. Defense gets the stop. And with about a little over 2.5 minutes, I want to see a drive here from our offense. Get down the field and put some points on the board. Will be some play action here. Jamison again going to scramble. He has some room to go and slide down, and no fumble again. Recovered, what? Let me guess, Joseph Day? Yep. Just a replay of what happened earlier. I swear I need to change him to just be a pocket quarterback. I don't want him running. Instead, now the Chargers in really good field position have a chance to take a lead before half. 2.5 minutes. Will be play action will be a handoff. Walker stuffed, loss of 2. Nice job down the middle for Tyre Tart. And on 2nd and 12, they'll come out shotgun. Will be a handoff again, trying to cut to the top, and a good stop in the backfield. I believe that is Grenard for another loss of 1. 2-minute warning. After Grenard came back last year from his injury, he was just on fire. Would like to see him continue that this year. It'd be a great tandem between him and Hendrickson in both the middle and on the outside, and a huge play given up there by Griffin, all the way down to the 2. 1st and goal, 2 running back set. Will be a pass here from Mills across the middle, and a fantastic grab. Number 11 diving one-hander. Put on 6 points for the Chargers. We got a minute and a half roughly before the halftime. Let me try to run in here with the offense. All right, offense. Let's see what we could do without Winston being in control of himself. On the outside, they do have Byron Murphy Jr. we need to keep an eye on. He's covering Tyquan Smith. And we're trying to get someone open up here. Jameis Winston, that's a nice ball, but a flag down. Could this one be coming back after we get a really good pass play? And yep, that's headed back. DJ Humphries with the hold. I do really wish we still had that menu. I've said this several times from previous Maddens that kind of showed who had the advantage in the receiving game, and that's an inaccurate pass. Had Herndon open. But I really wish we still had that so I could see who has the speed advantage out here for me, but fortunately don't have that information. Not Traquan Smith, interception. It meant Trey Nixon. Doesn't matter. Maybe Trey Young? Winston, you got to throw an accurate pass. Who knows, this season might just be a 2-episode season if we can't get Winston to not throw interceptions left and right. We might have a roughing the passer as well. And indeed we do on Jalen Phillips. So, not looking like a great start. That gets them down to the 22. Mills with a pass across the middle, caught number 11 who had their touchdown, and he ends up running backwards. Only be a gain of 3, timeout called. And on 2nd and 7, they'll come out with 2 receivers to the bottom. Actually, it might be 3 receivers to the bottom. Their tight end just off the line to the top. I believe it was Tanyan. And that's a catch in very tight coverage from his own receiver. And they'll mark it 3rd and inches, although it looks like the tip of that ball is past the line to gain. But an empty set here for Mills. About 50 seconds left on the clock. Easy completion to Tanyan. Anzalone was about 3 to 4 yards behind him. Closed quick to get the tackle, but that's a 1st and goal at the 5. They got a bunch to the bottom. 1 lone receiver up top, I believe is Tyreek Hill. If I remember correctly from earlier, Jalen Phillips will bring him down, though. Not going to be roughing the passer this time. Instead, a loss of about 8 yards. And they haven't called a timeout yet. They run 10 seconds off, and then will call their final timeout. So if we could get a tackle inbounds prior to the goal line, we will not give up any points before half. But I probably shouldn't have said that. Here comes a sack, though. Hendrickson with his 2nd. We'll head into halftime there, but if I remember correctly, Madden doesn't know how to handle this with the Sims, so I'm pretty sure they'll maintain the ball, maybe even a first down in scoring position. Hopefully not, though. And would you look at that? Madden worked this time. We will kick off. They will still be having possession since we did start with the ball, but at least they're not starting almost in the red zone, if not already in the red zone. We will do a little bit of some quicker sim here. Gain of 2 on the first down run from Walker, and then a huge gain through the air to Walker. Gets him close to midfield, but Gennard in there to get a sack. We're getting some sacks. It's good. It's the only good thing we've done so far, I feel like. We will get the stop on fourth down. They will punt, or on third down they will punt. And I honestly don't even want to watch the offense until we start running the ball or getting down the field and putting some points on the board. Traquan Smith, a pass 2 plays, though. Pretty good. Valdez Scaling, that's 3 pass plays in a row. And then a drop by Cam Akers. 2nd and 10. Comes back for the 18, though. That's how you make up for it. Now we finally rush the ball. Gain of 5. Then a throwaway. 3rd and short. 3rd and medium. First down to Antonio Callaway. Getting himself some receiving yards. 3-yard rush. Inside the red zone. And a fumble. I'm assuming that was a fumble by Cam Akers. I might not be. It could very well be Jameis Winston scrambling. But either way, we still don't have possession nor a single point on the board. And we're about halfway through the third quarter. Jalen Phillips in with his 2nd sack. That's, about 6 sacks so far today? 3rd and 8. Incomplete pass thrown away. And I'm going to jump in here with our offense and try to run a drive how I think we should be running. Not necessarily with the 2-minute warning where we really needed a pass. Nice run. Cam Akers runs through a man and keeps getting an extra couple of yards. They all count, averaging about 5.3 yards a carry. Now close to midfield at the 42, a little bit of RPO here. See if they bite on it, and they do. Try to get to the outside, and that ball needs to get more towards the sideline. But a gain of 5 there to nix it. And on top of the receiver things, again, I would love to find out if my offensive line has an advantage on a certain side or not. Good run again, Cam Akers. Line holds up, good enough. Let's use the running backs to set up the passing game. Ernest Johnson checks in on the play action. I'm going to run to the left-hand side. We're going to have Nixon open. Nice pass from Jameis. Try to get the cutback. No, but a solid gain inside the red zone. Marked down at the 16. Nixon has played very well when given the opportunity. And on first down now inside the red zone. It looks like I might need to mess a little bit more with the formation subs because it still has Perriman coming in for the downs. Touchdown. I told you I could run this offense easy. They just need to run it like how I would run it. But as I was saying, yeah, definitely still need to mess a little bit with the formation subs. It keeps putting out Denzel Perriman instead of Herndon whenever we go to a more heavier tight end set. And I want to make sure Herndon's out there for those. Solid stop there, gain of 2. And that's how we will end the third quarter, or at least head into the fourth quarter with a tied game. A little bit of intervention from the head coach. So to start the fourth quarter, 2nd and 8. Under center for Davis Mills. Has a tight formation. Will be a handoff. Walker will get forward for about a gain of 3. So far, I would say the run game has actually... The run stopping has been fairly decent, considering one of our rush DTs has like a 69 in terms of block shedding. Nice catch there for Tyreek Hill. First down, Lonnie Perriman in coverage, and he was close, just wasn't able to knock it away. We're expecting big things from Perriman, the corner, not the tight end or the linebacker. Davis Mills dropping back, pass down to the outside, and caught once again, Tyreek Hill. That time Xavier Rhodes in coverage, and it's definitely an exploit if they could get Xavier Rhodes lined up on Tyreek, because Rhodes is down to, I believe, like 88 speed, so Tyreek would blow by him for sure. But that's a great example there on that last play of the run stop has actually been pretty decent, even when we're out in nickel. Drop back pass here, Davis Mills across the middle and broken up. That is Xavier Rhodes, as well as, I believe, Perriman in there. Getting a nice mixture of all of our young guys again with our veterans. And Davis Mills under pressure will unload it. Pass knocked away, Anzalone. And following a punt that landed out of bounds at the 12. Empty set here for Jameis Winston and the Dolphins. Did you ever see me call empty set? No, so probably shouldn't. Herndon with the catch. Gain of 6, though. Not too bad. Winston, 18 of 25 on the day. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. 2nd and 4 will be another pass to the top of the screen. Herndon on the drag will try to turn up. Quick tackle, though, does bring him down, but Taylor injured here for the Dolphins. So that is our starting left tackle, I believe. So that's definitely not good. In his place, I believe, would be Irving, maybe one of our draftees. Quick pass underneath, 1st down. Valdez-Scantling, and he breaks the tackle. It gets to about the 30. Let's kill some time here, get down the field, and put some points on the board. That was the 4th catch for Valdez-Scantling today, 45 yards, and I believe he had our touchdown as well. And finally a run. Cam Akers down the middle, pounding through. Gain of 7. We need to run through him. He should be what the offense goes through. And that tablet is semi-invisible. Gotta love Madden. Sometimes working, but not always perfectly. But that's video games sometimes. 2nd and 3. Hard count doesn't get anyone to jump. Jameis. Pass to the bottom of the screen. Caught. Herndon breaks the tackle. Turns up. 1st down and a good bit more, actually. About to midfield. About a yard shy as we come out shotgun set. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Will be a handoff. Cam Akers down the middle, and that might be his shortest run of the day. Only a gain of 1. We'll stay out in shotgun. 2 receivers to the bottom as well as a tight end at the end of the line. 1 receiver up top. Jameis trying to set up the screen pass and threw it off the back of his offensive lineman. 3rd and 9, tight shotgun set. 2 receivers to the bottom. It looks like Herndon and 1 more receiver up top. Jameis under pressure, going to roll out to the top and will be sacked by number 58, Shaq Barrett. 4th and 16 at the 43, you got to punt it. And with just under 3 minutes left on the clock, double A gap blitz potential. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Will be a run down the middle, and Tart will bring him down after a gain of 5. We're going to need our defense to come up big here for us. Give our offense one last chance, or heck, if they could even go ahead and put some points on the board themselves. That would be great. 13 in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Handoff Walker down the middle all the way down to the 35, or up to the 35. Great rush there from Walker. He's been able to break off a few of those today as we hit the 2-minute warning. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. And the game's still tied, 7-7. Again, double A-gap look here for the defense. They will bring the rush, and we had, I believe that was Keanu Neal, ran right by where that ball was passed. Could have been an easy pick 6 if he just got his head up. 1st and 10, another quick pass across the middle, and now in field goal range with a pass to Tanyan down to the 32. Davis Mills is turning it up some. That was Tanyan's 4th catch for 39 yards, just shy of 10 yards a catch. But now they could go back to the run game a little bit, kill some time, and that's exactly what they do right down the middle to the 26. And I believe we're starting to call our timeouts. And indeed we are. Heavy set. 3 tight ends to the top of the formation, run to the weak side. Tart was there. I don't think we got him down in front of the 1st down marker, though. 2nd timeout called. And indeed they do get the 1st down. 1 minute, 10 seconds left. We only have 1 timeout. They're in field goal range. Will be a run to the top of the screen. Walker tackled. And last timeout. They could easily just take a few kneels and kick a field goal. They'll come out with a strong eye. To the top of the screen is what I would imagine they would run the ball to. They go right down. We had Perriman in the backfield, but didn't get anywhere close to getting the stop. 3rd and 5 as they go to hurry up. Could have definitely killed the time. But 3rd and 5, pistol formation. Be a handoff down the middle. Walker has some room to run, but instead goes straight into Phillips. All they need to do is kick the field goal with time expiring. And with about 5 seconds left on the clock and the play clock, 2-1, field goal is up. And the Chargers hit this one through and will head on home with the victory. I can't even say it was a close game, really. Defense played well. They gave up 10 points. The offense, by themselves, couldn't put a single point on the board. And clearly that playbook for our offense was not working for us. Too many passing. I want to focus on getting the ball to Cam Akers and running the offense through him. So doing a quick little research, it seems like the Carolina playbook will be the best playbook for us, as it's really, it was designed to get Christian McCaffrey the ball as much as possible. There's going to be some I form, some pistol, mostly shotgun with some single back. We switched over to the multiple zone run. We're only 64% of a scheme fit, mostly being some of the offensive line, the tight ends, and receivers. I feel like the receivers are actually fairly close to a physical type, so that I think is a bit closer. We have 2 possession type of tight ends and then 1 that is not. So hopefully this playbook change will work out for us. And after simming week 2, maybe that playbook has worked. We're actually putting points on the board. It did take some overtime, but we beat the Patriots 37-31. It was very well matched, pretty much matching scores left and right. And then eventually in OT, we were able to walk it off. Let's see what we were able to do that led to this to happen. And it actually looks like Jameis Winston just had a really good game. 335 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, always has to have at least 1, was sacked 1 time, completed 61% of his passes, so he actually threw the ball almost 50 times. Did we at least rush the ball? 14 attempts. Even with a more run-heavy offense, or Cam Akers, maybe he got the ball in through the receiving game a lot. I'll reserve myself until we find out, but 3.9 yards a carry, still pretty good, 55 yards on 14 carries. D'Ernest Johnson, 1 carry for 4 yards. And in the receiving game, Valdez-Scantling just shy of 100, 2 touchdowns. And Traquan Smith, 85 yards on 7 catches. And Cam Akers had 61 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. So in total, he did have 24 touches, which is actually pretty good. So we'll run with this playbook for a little bit longer and see if we continue to feed the ball through Cam Akers, because that is the offense. Everyone else is just supporting characters. Chris Herndon, 1 touchdown on 5 catches for 49 yards. And Trey Nixon, 44 yards on 2 catches. Now, after this game, we should be getting back Van Jefferson. So we should be to full health. Austin Ryder did not play in this game because he broke his finger in practice. So we're able to actually run pretty well, even missing one of our starting offensive linemen. Granted, he's our lowest overall starting offensive lineman. On defense, Alex Anzalone leads us into tackles with 11. Tackles for a loss, 3 for Phillips as well as Hendrickson. And then Neal, Lonnie Perriman, Xavier Rhodes, Tart, Felder, Grenard, and Joyner all had 1. Sack-wise, only 3, 1 for Hendrickson, Grenard, and Anzalone. And still playing in that slot, Xavier Rhodes getting an INT, as well as Shaq Griffin on the outside, so that's nice to see. And in the kicking department, Evan McPherson, 1 for 1 on field goals and 4 for 4 on extra points. So, not too bad. Defense, though, didn't play all too well. Obviously, they gave up 31 points, so need to have them clean that up. But let's jump into this game against the Jaguars and see for ourselves how well this new offensive playbook works. And it's good to see Dalvin Cook playing at a Florida team. Was considering bringing him in, but we went with the younger Cam Akers, and maybe we should have went with Dalvin, gain of about 16 on his first carry. Of course, from Florida, played at Florida State. I know a few weeks ago it was a big thing whenever the Vikings went down to Miami to play. It was his first time playing in front of his home fans, pretty much. And we tried to jump the pass there, and Anzalone whiffs, and Tremble has another first down. But for the Florida-only challenge, we know we had to watch the Florida teams here. Jacksonville versus Miami. Right now, definitely looks like Jacksonville has had the best play so far, but we do get a stop loss of 1. Anzalone and another Dolphin there to get the tackle for a loss in the backfield. Try to get Dalvin on a stretch to the bottom of the screen, but did not work out. Have 2 receivers to the top, 2 tight ends to the bottom of the line here. Will be a play action, and there is a sack for Phillips. Right off the edge will be a loss of 5. We've seen him in the backfield already quite a bit to start this season, 3rd and 16. The Jaguars had the first couple big plays, then we did, and now they go with a short pass. And that's not going to get them much, but he stays on his feet, and we'll get back to about the original line of scrimmage. They'll punt this one away. And now let's see what this Carolina playbook can do in first person. It got us a win in overtime last game against the Patriots. Can it get us a win here today? Close to a first down, and they do mark it first down. Herndon would like him to hold on to that ball a little bit better. And now with us changing playbooks, I'm reconsidering Perriman at tight end. We might end up releasing him to bring in someone else, but Akers with a huge run, gain of 20. All right, we raised you, Dalvin. You got a gain of 16 on your first carry. Akers gets us a gain of 20. You definitely want to see that continue. Focus the ball through Akers. I don't want Jameis Winston to feel like he has to be the hero, because when he does, we have turnovers. Just do that. Quick pass, toss right to him, gain of 8-9 yards. Good with me. If we do get the ball through him quite often, might need to bring in maybe another backup. I don't know if D'Ernest Johnson would be great in that role. As we go to Akers again for the first down. Once again, quick catch and out of bounds, about a gain of 3. And it does look like D'Ernest Johnson checks in on the first down at the 37-yard line, crossing midfield. Pass across the middle, caught Herndon. Definitely feels like Herndon is Jameis's favorite target this season. We do have Van Jefferson back in this game, playing slot for us. Play action here across the middle and caught. That is Van Jefferson inside the 15 down to the 13. And I did forget we don't really have a fullback, so we might need to pick one up. In the meantime, our late draftee, I believe, at tight end, or undrafted free agent tight end, is playing fullback for us. He leads the way, gain of 4 down the middle with Akers. Now inside the 10 or at the 10, tight ace formation. No one jumps on the hard count. Jameis will scramble, has some room, breaks a tackle, get into the end zone. No, down just maybe half a yard short, but holds onto the ball. That's the big part there. Now goal line set. Looks like the tight end drops to the fullback, and he gets the handoff, and he's in. Tight end dive for the Dolphins gets us on the board quick in this game. Playbook already seemingly making a huge difference. And in this game, definitely want to focus primarily on the offense. So we'll quick sim most of the defensive drives, unless it's a key situation, then we'll watch. But they're doing pretty good here. 2nd and 6, pass knocked away. Frank Stump, first time called his name. They'll punt this one away. So our offense will start at the 18 following the punt. Empty set, 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom for Jameis. It'll be a pass down to the bottom and almost intercepted. Maybe Sauce Gardner? I'm not sure. Either way, pass falls incomplete. Another empty set though, bunch to the bottom for Jameis. Will be a quick pass across the middle. Herndon. Told you, #1 guy for us so far in the receiving game, it seems like. Gain of 9. And on 3rd and 1, still going empty set? You're not going to hand this one off to Akers? Maybe pass to Akers? No, instead we go to the top. Valdez-Scantling, pass broken up. We'll punt this one back. And they'll start back at the 26, but get a gain of 14 to start off their drive. Dalvin Cook down the middle, gain of 4. On 2nd and 6, pass thrown away. 3rd and 6 is a sack for Jonathan Grenard. And I accidentally simmed a rush, but it gets us out of the shadow of our own goal line. At least gives us a little bit of space. 2nd and 3. Defense definitely doing good in the sack department this year. Like to see that continue. Quick pass again. Herndon. You're probably going to get tired of me saying that, but he's been the #1 target. Him as well as Akers. 1st and 10. Under center with 2 receivers to the top of the screen. Will be a stretch to the bottom. We have a couple lead guys. Akers maybe get about a gain of 2. You could tell that the tight end turned fullback, or utility back, I guess you could say. A little out of position, not quite used to it. Cam Akers on the run here. Be about another gain of 2. On 3rd and 6, shotgun set. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 up top. Jameis will take the snap here. It will be a pass. And we'll find someone across the middle. That's a gain of a solid chunk, about 18 yards for Traquan Smith. And he's pretty much our only quote-unquote physical type receiver, although we're pretty close with a good handful of them. 1st and 10, Jameis pass to the top. You guessed it, Herndon to the 45. A gain of 7. 2nd and 3. Come out with a heavy tight end set. Two of them to the top, one to the bottom. Will be play action. Pass deep across the middle. That is that young tight end who could not hold on to it. Took a pretty solid hit, and that ball popped out 24 with the one-hand pickup. The Jaguars will take over. Our defense done pretty well so far in this game. They'll start around the 40. Gain of 3, then throw away. 4th and 7. Or 3rd and 7, my bad. Tommy Tremble, gain of 15. And then another 15 to Deontay Johnson. With that fresh set of downs, you get a throwaway at the 25. Gain of 13, down to the 12. Come on, defense. Pass thrown away again. And then what, another gain of 12? No, pass thrown away. 3rd and 10 at the 12. Touchdown, Deontay Johnson. Just had to wait one more play. And I'll come out here with the offense. 1:34 seconds left on the clock. I want to make sure we manage our time well here. Going to go for Valdez-Scantling on the left-hand side. Get the first down to the or up to the 43 as we go into hurry up. Try to make sure we steadily move the ball downfield. One-on-one coverage. Van Jefferson can't get it. Intercepted and one-on-one. Great job from 14. Big hit there from Carr, our center. Tell he's a bit frustrated at the interception. That was a great play there made by number 14. One-on-one coverage, boxes out Van Jefferson, and looked like he was the receiver on the play. So with about 1:05 left, can the Jaguars take a lead before halftime? They've only managed 3 yards so far. 3rd and 7. Deontay Johnson will get the job done by about an extra yard. Tommy Tremble followed that up with a gain of 7. And on 3rd and 3, 33 seconds left, Deontay Johnson. So far, he's doing it all here for him. Down to the 2 and touchdown for Joshua Palmer. So now the offense will start the second half down 14-7. We had the lead up until about 2 minutes left in the first half, and then it all just went downhill. Try to get to the outside, but we need to just get downhill there too. 2nd and 10. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Herndon was just off the line. Will be a dump off. Akers with the catch, but really good pursuit there from number 47. We'll bring up a 3rd and 7. Only the 3rd catch for Akers, 15 yards in total. On 3rd and 7, we will go with a pass across the middle, caught, and that's going to be close, about a yard short. And they say fumble, but his butt was definitely down. And I went in here to see if they would challenge, if the booth review would come in, because we definitely weren't down, but I guess we're going for it here. Back in our own area. We'll just go ahead and scramble. Jameis Winston will get the first. Any costly plays avoided there. So with that fresh set of downs, hopefully we do something a bit better. 1st and 10 at the 39. 2 receivers up top. Will be a stretch to the bottom of the screen. Takes the first gap he could find. Solid gain of 5 on the first down carry for Akers. 8 rushes, 40 yards. So he's doing pretty well with his touches. Might just need to find a couple more guys to maybe help spread the love around. Traquan Smith across the middle. First down, crossing midfield to the 47. Jameis pretty accurate today. 14 of 17. Does have that 1 interception, which was really just a great play in one-on-one coverage. And really could have used a slightly better block there, but a gain of 3, not awful on first. And I am considering taking Ryder out and putting in the draftee Holcomb. I feel like they're pretty similar overall, so we'll see. Jameis lowers the shoulder and stretches for the first. He has 3 rushes for 25 yards, and I believe that does count sack yardage as well. Will be a handoff down the middle. Nice juke, but unfortunately the block's not there. Be a loss of 2. However, Akers is averaging about 4 yards a carry, so pretty good. I tell you what, that 80 threshold for running backs is really key for the sim in this. Van Jefferson with the hands, though, holds on to it, bringing up 3rd and 4 as we go empty set. 2 to the top, 3 to the bottom. I think that might be Marlon Mack in the top slot, and I think that's Marlon Mack gets the catch in the first. So it's good to see that in situations like that, the CPU knows to put in Marlon Mack rather than D'Ernest Johnson. Hard count, again, doesn't get anyone to jump. On 1st and 10, we pick up the blitz. Van Jefferson across the middle, caught inside the 20, down to the 18. Well, besides the one drive that was the INT that I was in charge of, offense moving fairly well. They did have a 3-and-out once. And almost good pass pickup there between Humphreys and Akers, but he manages to squeak through. It was Josie Jewell with the sack, 3rd and 7. Now out of the red zone at the 22. Will be most likely pass to Herndon. Yep. Tries to turn up and runs over 14 for the first down. Gotta love the effort there from Herndon. I want to say he's been on 2 to 3 different teams in his NFL career, so we'll see if he catches on here with the Florida only. Stretch the top will be about a gain of 2, maybe 3, or a gain of 1. Maybe apparently I was way off on that. 2nd and 9. 2 receivers to either side, and the shotgun set. Jameis Winston will take the snap, hand the ball off, and maybe about another gain of, okay, I was going to say 1 that time, but it was 2, so we averaged out the 3 that I said for the first down run. 3rd and 7, empty set. Bunch to the bottom. Jameis Winston, quick pass to the top, wide open, Van Jefferson, touchdown. I thought they were about to say he didn't get his feet in, and I was going to be pretty upset, but that was a great play call. Really nice design, too, to tie the game. McPherson with the PAT, and that one's good. Game tied 14-14 as we head into the 4th. And it's been a hot minute before we've watched the defense, so let's take a look, see what they could do this drive. It's been a little bit, I feel like, since we've had a sack, so I'd like to see us get into the backfield. Break it up. Okay, nice job there, Griffin. Pass intended for number 5, and it was Herbert, the quarterback, and I just missed out what his stats were, but empty set for him. 2 to the top, 3 to the bottom. It will be a quarterback draw, and he just trucked over Hendrickson. Solid gain of 5, bringing up 3rd and 5. Bunch to the bottom, 1 lone receiver up top, Cook in the backfield. And it will be a quick pass out to Tremble, and he will get the first, but maybe fumble. It definitely looked like he could be down, but in the meantime, we're headed to the house, number 38, with the scoop and score. But is it going to count? That is our 3rd round pick, Felder, the linebacker. And here is the booth review. Most of the time that means that it's going to be overturned. For Felder's sake, you would hope not. But yeah, Tommy Tremble definitely down. Elbow, knee, hip, and then the ball comes out. Well, it was almost a great play there from the young rookie who had the scoop and score. No one really had the fumble as it was the ground. Instead, they go the other tight end on the next play, and he gets them to about midfield. Haven't heard Keanu Neal much so far this season. Playing at strong safety for us. Double A-gap look here for the defense. They're going to send a receiver in motion. Fake the jet sweep, hand off to Cook down the middle, and he's got some room to run. Breaks the tackle of Frank Stump and then brought down by Lonnie Perriman. The 2 rookies for us on the defense. Or 3. We actually have 3 starting defensive rookies, so that's fun. 2nd and 3. Pass across the middle, and another fantastic play from Tommy Tremble. Barely gets the catch in front of the outstretched arms from Felder. What started as a great drive has really gone downhill for him, I would say. JPP with the tackle after the gain of 5 from Cook. He's also had 8 carries for 42 yards. Very, very similar to what we've had with Akers. On 2nd and 5 will be another pass. And still would be another pass, but here comes in Phillips, and he forces a fumble picked up this time from 38. Felder will get his fumble recovery, just not the touchdown. Well, I said I wanted us to get a sack. Wouldn't necessarily say it was a sack, more of just a tackle, but the ball popped out, and now we are on offense, and a great play there made from the corner, maybe even safety. That was Abraham, and he's been all over the board in tackles, especially that first drive. If you were taking a look at the top, basically every tackle was Abraham. Nice catch there. Valdez-Scantling first down up to the 44. Now we'll come out with a very heavy set here. Cam Akers, the only guy in the backfield. Will be a stretch to the top of the screen. Herndon trying to get out there. You got to cut that one back as soon as you got a gap. On 2nd and 9, 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Herndon just slightly stepped back. Will be a run down the middle. Ernest Johnson's got some room to run. Solid gain for him. His first carry of the night goes for 14. And with about 3 minutes left, I would love to see us milk the clock, get down the field, put some points on the board, and walk out victorious in this Battle of Florida I just realized this is the first Florida Bowl. If you remember back to the Ohio one, as a face mask here would definitely be nice for us. That one's on Echene Uwosu. But if you were here for the Ohio only challenge, you know we had the Ohio Bowl, Cincinnati versus Cleveland. We have the Florida Bowl right now, but there's actually, we could have multiple different kinds of Florida Bowls. But here's the Florida Bowl, 14-14, just shy of 2.5 minutes left. Been a pretty good game. D'Ernest Johnson in with the run and stuffed in the backfield. And we hit the 2-minute warning. Go ahead, continue trying to milk some clock here. We need the first down, though. Either way, we would take the lead, and we're in field goal range with McPherson. 3rd and 7 will be a run down the middle. Cam Akers will get about a gain of 2 or so, and that's a timeout called by the Jags. And I feel like the last time we watched a field goal, it was a fake pass for a touchdown to Irving, our backup left tackle. This one is a kick. And it does put us in front, 17-14. The kick is good for McPherson. All right, defense, you gave us the chance to get the lead. Now give us the chance to end this game. Double A-gap blitz. Quick pass caught, number 6 for the first down up to the 35. Jaguars do have 2 timeouts and about a minute and a half to get at least a field goal to tie. Pass to the bottom of the screen, caught again. Is that number 6? Yeah, back-to-back plays, first downs. To the 48. Another quick pass to the top of the screen, and Lonnie Perriman will knock it out, as well as a couple other Dolphins to help him out. The first incompletion of the drive. 2nd and 10. Pass across the middle. Herbert caught, first down to their running back, number 18, who checks in. He'll be the backup running back. I'm assuming backup running back. Might have been a receiver. 1st and 10. Pass across the middle again, caught. Broken tackle down to the 20. This team falling apart right now. And a timeout finally called. Hopefully our defense can make a stand here, but they're in field goal range. At the 20, they have one last timeout remaining. 30 seconds on the clock. Bunch to the top under center. Herbert take the snap, drop back, pass to the bottom, and again another catch for the first down. It's been consistent this drive. 1st and 10 at the 10. Might actually be a 1st and goal. Madden sometimes struggles with that. But Herbert, pass across the middle, caught, quickly tackled, and it will be at the 3, 4-second and goal. About 10 seconds left on the clock. They're going to spike the ball and probably kick the field goal. At least that's what you would imagine. And yeah, field goal unit coming out, kicking at the 10, be about a 20-yard field goal. And maybe we're icing them. Indeed we did. We iced them. 20-yard field goal to tie the game. 5 seconds left. Kick is up. And that one's good with about 2 seconds left. And barring anything crazy, we're going to be headed to overtime. It will be a run down the middle. Cam Akers will get about a gain of 5. And we're headed into OT. And Madden is broke, and we have the ball at the 29. So we're just going to act like we won the coin toss and selected to receive. 3rd and 6, Jameis, pass to the bottom, caught, Herndon, first down by about half a yard. We won last week in overtime. Could be an overtime win here today if we could just march down the field. Akers with the run and a huge face mask call. Gets Akers off his feet. This time on Josie Jewell. And we'll move the ball past midfield down to the 44. Have one receiver close in, 2 to the top of the screen. Jameis going to roll out and then awkwardly toss that one to Herndon. Popped out and almost intercepted by a defensive lineman. Luckily, that hit the turf. 2nd and 10, tight shotgun set. Jameis with the pass to the top of the screen. Akers with the catch. Quick tackle by, I know the name. It'll come to me eventually. I want to say Edmonds. I was close. It was close, right? And another awkward rollout caught by Traquan Smith and then gets suplexed down. 4th and 1. I want us to go for this. We are playing to put the game away. Gonna run to the weak hand side here. Hard count doesn't get anyone to jump. We need the blocking. There's a gap. Akers fighting for it, and he will stretch through. Great rush there by Akers. Could have used a little bit better blocking there, but we got the job done. The end of the play. 1st and 10. Heavy set here. One lone receiver, Valdez-Scantling to the bottom, but will be Akers down the middle for a gain of about 12 yards. Now down at the 20. We're in the red zone. Looking to walk this game off. Bunch to the bottom of the screen, partially out of the screen. One lone receiver up top. Jameis hands the ball off down the middle. Cam Akers has room to run down to the 1. They say 2. Definitely down at the 1. We'll stay spread here. Looks like Marlon Mack checks in. 1st and goal. Jameis makes a audible. Marlon Mack down the middle will walk this game off. He gets the touchdown, but definitely some major credit on that drive to Cameron Akers. And we will walk away back-to-back victories, winning the first ever Florida Bowl. It was a great game here. Both teams had some really good plays, good defensive stands as well. We were able to get the job done. And as we head off the field to celebrate, take a quick look at the standings here. And yeah, running game was huge for us. Had about 84 more yards than they did. Need to clean up the takeaways. That's always a thing. Passing game came through when we needed it to. Solid. And with this new playbook seemingly working a lot better than the last one, we are going to make a change at tight end. Ryan Izzo will be coming back to the team. Has been with us in both preseasons, but hasn't made the final roster and didn't have the option to go to the practice squad. But he is a decent backup blocking tight end with a 60 run block, has some hands. Speed is a bit low, but I think would fit better with the scheme that we're going to continue to go with. So we'll sign him for $1.15 million. And in a corresponding move, we will be releasing Brashad Perriman. He doesn't match the new scheme we're going with. If we stuck with the vertical zone run or more of like a spread zone run, then I think he would have been fine. But now, with 33 run blocking, doesn't fit the direction of the team. So we'll be making that cut. And in week 4, we keep the win streak alive, beating the Kansas City Chiefs, this time in regular time, 31-28. Looks like Kansas City maybe had a bit of a later game comeback, scoring 14 in the 4th. We're able to score fairly consistently, which is something that has eluded us for most of the series. In this game, though, Jameis Winston throws 3 touchdowns, 2 sacks, 0 interceptions, 210 yards, and completed 70% of his passes, only throwing 27 times. In the rushing department, Cam Akers, 21 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Only 3.5 yards a carry, but that's solid. In the receiving game, Van Jefferson, 75 yards on 5 catches for 2 touchdowns. Traquan Smith, 45 on 4 for a touchdown. Valdez-Scantling, 39 on 2. Akers, 25 on 4. Herndon, 20 on 3. And then Izzo even got out there with a catch, 1 for 6. On defense, Denzel Perriman, he's out there a good chunk. It's 12 tackles. In terms of tackles for loss, Trey Hendrickson with 2 as well as Jonathan Grenard. And then Phillips, Tart, and Edwards all had 1. And we totaled 3 sacks in this game. Hendrickson as well, 1.5, 1 for Phillips, and then half for Denzel Perriman. So it seems like maybe the Chiefs were playing a bit more base kind of formations. And Sheldrick Redwine had an INT. Don't know why he was out there, but I'll take it. And in the kicking game, 1 for 1 on field goals, 4 for 4 on extra points. I think McPherson is 100% this season. However, the win does come at a cost. DJ Humphries broke his collarbone and will be out for 6 weeks. We should maybe have a bye week in there, but that is going to be a big letdown at a spot that is pretty key. And we do have the bye in week 7, so would only miss 5 games. In terms of who we have as depth, we have Roderick Johnson, a 66 overall, who really cannot pass block. At right guard, there is Donnie Holcomb, who has a 69 pass block. At right guard, Brandon Walton, again, very poor pass block, 62. And then at right tackle, we do have Cameron Irving, who's stepped in several times. He has 73 pass block and a 69 overall, so it would be dropping about 11 overall. Another option, possibly, is Austin Ryder with 72 pass block slides out to that right tackle spot, and we start at left guard Donnie Holcomb. I think that might be a solid option. And him and Irving are both pretty similar, so I think it would be better to go with the younger guy for the next few games. So Donnie Holcomb, who we drafted, I want to say in the 4th or 5th round, we get his first NFL start next episode, sliding into that right guard spot, and Austin Ryder will move out to tackle. I think that's the best way we could get the best group out there. So we're looking good. We'll see if that can continue with the fact we started 3-1, but have taken a toll on our offensive line that wasn't a very in-depth group. We have pretty much the best offensive line we could have, minus one guy, and I think trading for that one guy would cost too much, and I'm not willing to give up, considering how good we might be able to make this defense with this next draft class. So you'll see how we continue. Make sure you stick around. Does the offensive line hold up? Do we start to crumble? We're in second place in the AFC East behind the Jets, who are 4-1. We'll play them at the end of next episode. So make sure you're subscribing if you're not, and taking that bell icon to be notified of when this series goes live. State Only Challenge posted every Wednesday and Saturday. My traditional series with the Cardinals posted every Monday and Thursday. So if you're looking for some more NFL action, check that one out. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.